Next up is Sony, and Sony needs to have a stand-up briefing just to wipe away any negativity and try to get people to forget about the hack attack from this past month. I suspect they will joke about it in some form, probably stumble across themselves in the process. Or with the PlayStation Store coming back up today, so as I heard, I haven't really checked it out. Um, you know, things will look up for them. Now, what will they open the show with? Probably Uncharted 3, some Uncharted 3 gameplay, because that will be the heavy hitter this year, and that will look just tremendously amazing, no doubt about it. So expect that will be on the forefront. Um, Probably more Resistance 3. Infamous 2, not so much, because that's releasing the day of, no, the day after the press conference, and I believe there's a demo up for it. So um, they'll probably mention it as one of the video packages, but nothing really probably on that. Um, Hopefully, if Agent still exists, it will be shown in some fashion. Now that was just the logo a couple years ago, and I'm kind of not too worried about that if because I think it still is in development because LA Noir was shown a couple years ago, then it kind of disappeared, and look what that turned into. So I have no no problems with that, and with their track record and the kind of role that Rockstar's been on with GTA being pretty good, not like the best GTA ever, but LA Noir and Red Dead Redemption just being above and beyond what a great game is. I have no issues about Agent now. Hopefully, I believe it's set in like Cold World espionage, so whatever they do will probably be just awesome. And if it's still a PlayStation 3 exclusive, um, them utilizing just everything from that system, might be one of like a classic game when it's finally released in 2015 or whatever it's gonna be released, whatever. But another game that's been releasing in 2020 will be the Last Guardian. Now I know that they take their time on it, but I suspect them to be shown more, maybe some gameplay, another trailer, maybe a release date, and probably a release date for the Eco and Shadow Colossus compilation. Now I know they've held that back because they want to release it within a reasonable time period from Last Guardian. So, because I can't suspect why would it take that much longer to do, just to upconvert it, whatever they need to do. But that's what I'm guessing. 6 months prior to the release date of Last Guardian will probably be the release date to the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. Now, me and my friend Rob were joking that Last Guardian will be reintroduced as something completely different, like a complete 180. Be like something like a cell-shaded fighter where you have to fight the Griffin. However, that's that's not going to be the case. They like to take their time. Perfection isn't made in one day, and they like to take the time and not cut any corners. So when the game is finally released, Last Guardian will probably be Game of the Year, I would expect, or something close along with it. Um, in the same, it will be on par with Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. So I can't wait for more to be shown on that. Now I'm also looking forward to any new games that they're gonna unveil. It's always nice, to have the sequels and the established games that has that familiarity to it and bring people back. But you'll never know if you have like the next big game unless you try. Now the PlayStation's always been a console for diversity, going back to the PlayStation 2. Even with PlayStation 3, if you look back on it, you have games like Heavy Rain, Uncharted, Resistance, and Killzone, and Little Big Planet, and Eye of Judgment, and even Lair. Even though that was kind of bad, it was pretty cool, to play. Um, Now, even though it didn't turn out, that great, I'd rather have them try and never be comfortable on, their franchises, whatever, um, and just keep creating unique and potentially great games. Now, some of them don't even see the light of day, like this game Identify that was shown a couple that 2006 press conference when they first showed the PS3, and another game that got canceled. It was like 2 days or something like that. That looked pretty cool, but in I'm just looking forward to the new games that are gonna catch somebody's eye and just be like, oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be start something new now. Also, they must showcase PlayStation Move. Now, they put so much into this the last 2 years that they really have to show that that they're behind this, and they're not gonna just completely dodge it and like say that, oh, this has failed and all this is good for is just like add-ons to current game and just Move compatible games, uh, like unique made for Move games, need to be shown and get somebody's attention. They have to get that one game that's gonna be, what the Move is. It's going to be this game, and show people that this is something to buy and something to worth checking out and to play. So hopefully they need something, because I hate when the consoles, they just make something, a peripheral, and put so much behind it, and then after like a year or two they just forget about it and say we failed. So might as well just not have made it in the first place and just continue with the main PlayStation console. So whatever, they need to have something for the Move, and I don't know if it's gonna be the Move specifically is gonna be showcased a lot, like half the show, whatever. But I expect just to be a few new games for that, just to try to get people's attention. Now, something that they seemingly forgot, that it's kind of irrelevant right now, is PlayStation Home. Since that started, most of the people aren't even interested in it. Maybe they'll try to rejuvenate it and try to bring back some life into it. I don't know how, but they'll probably try with something. I'm also hoping for something with the PlayStation Store and their whole network, and to really expanding that. Maybe PlayStation 2 library, because I've been holding on to my launch dying PlayStation because it has backwards compatibility. Even though I would never buy my entire collection of PlayStation 2 games on download, but I can pick and choose the ones I really want, and that would be just really great. So I don't have to like dig out a PlayStation 2 or whatever to play them all. So hopefully, the PlayStation Network will be expanded some way. Maybe a new redesigned interface. I don't know if the XMB still holds up, but it'll be nice just to change it up a bit. So maybe they'll do something with that, and then they'll probably end the show with the MGP, or the PlayStation Vita, as rumors been going on. That's the suggested name for it. Now, I'm expecting the official name for it: PlayStation Portable 2, Vita, if NGP is still going to be the name of it, the price of it, and the launch date, or the launch window. I'm expecting this to be $299. That seems kind of right for it if you look at it, and it's kind of huge and bigger than the PSP, and the 3DS is selling for $249. So if they want to compete with it, they'll probably make it the same price, but I'm expecting $299. I don't know if 3G was ever thought they said 3G might be in it, so that'll probably be like a separate version. That'll increase the price to like $399 or something ridiculous, but I don't need 3G. Just to fine, because I don't think I'll be going out of the house with it. It's portable, but the thing's freaking huge, and if you drop it, probably it's gonna explode into a million pieces. So I hardly took out my PSP with me when I was out and about, but I don't think I'll be doing this with the NGP. So and the games are gonna show should be great. The Uncharted games. If it looks like PS3 graphics, they really gotta show that even though it can do PS3 potential graphics, it's just not gonna be like ports and just the same games you can find on PS3. I would hope that they would just make games just for the NGP. And there was like this game called Infected for the PSP that I really had a lot of fun with. Just games like that, and just keep on the NGP and don't port it either way. Port it to PS3 if it sells really well, or PS3 games port to NGP. Just keep it separate. Just keep its own games and own its own identity. Because if it's just the same thing as PS3 and you already have PS3, then there's really no point in getting a NGP. So um, if they really want to, hopefully they learn their mistakes from the PSP, and this is their second attempt at the portable game, handheld game market. So maybe they learn from their mistakes, and they can actually try to get a piece of the market with from the 3DS and DS. So it's a uphill battle for them in that department, but we'll see how that goes. And so Sony's press conference, I'm expecting to be pretty good, pretty solid because they have a lot of good first party and third party titles coming out this year. I'm sure a lot of it's going to be showcased and a lot of new games are going to be announced. So we'll see how that goes.